Hi everyone, Student Loans here from Odin server. Um, Monk changes just got released officially. These are the real tooltips, not fakes. No fakes anymore. This is all real. So I'm pretty hyped to see this. Sorry about the mic quality, by the way. I'm literally just using my headphones, microphone, so it may be a bit crap, but just bear with me. Anyway, let's just get started. I'm watching Miss Tech's video on this, so I'm gonna link her video in the description.
Hi everyone! Before we get into the meat of things, I'd like to reiterate the fact that the tooltips and potency values you're about to see are not only calibrated and balanced to the new Shadowbringers battle system, they're also still under development and subject to change. That said, enjoy the video and I'll see you in 5.0.
Bootshine, 190 potency, Leaden Fist potency, whatever Leaden Fist is. I guess we'll find out later, but that's definitely brand new. But yeah, those are some pretty high potencies. But she just said potencies are balanced with the new calculations and stuff with Shadowbringers. So who knows? Maybe 190 potency might just be as hard hitting as 140 potency in Stormblood. We don't know, but still. Leaden Fist gives it an extra 100 potency, and it's a critical hit from the rear like it is now. So that's gonna hit really hard with the Leaden Fist potency. However you get Leaden Fist, who knows? But let's continue. True Strike still the same, just different potencies. Okay. Snap Punch still the same, just different potencies. Also, Grease Lightning is still the same. I heard some things saying that Grease Lightning is going to get nerfed with its damage and maybe haste because you're going to get 4 stacks of Grease Lightning, but it's still 10% damage, 5% haste, so with 4 stacks, that's 40% damage and 20% haste. That's pretty nuts, to be honest, but okay. Fist of Earth, still the same. Okay. Twin Snakes, still the same, just with different potencies. Obviously, Grease Lightning, still the same. Whatever. Arm of the Destroyer, 80 potency, upper form, 110. Okay, this is awesome. Silence is removed. Good riddance. I mean, I can't even remember the last time anybody used the silence from Arm of the Destroyer. Maybe T1 to silence the ADS, but damn, that's like eons ago, man. But yeah, Arm of the Destroyer is actually good for AoE now. I mean, it was okay for AoE, but you needed to hit like 9 enemies or something before it did more damage than a Bootshine, so you rarely use the thing. But now, yeah, knock yourselves out. Rockbreaker got nerfed a little bit, but otherwise it's still the same. Demolish, okay. 70 potency up from 30. That's if you miss the positional. 90 if you do hit the positional. Dot potency 65 up from 50, man. Demolish got buffed many times over the years, but sheesh, 65 potency, still 18-second duration, so that should be 6 ticks, right? So 65 times 6. 390 potency plus the extra 90 potency from hitting the target. Yeah, that's pretty spicy. That's what, 480 potency overall. Boy. Fist of Wind, still the same. Okay, still the same. Shoulder tackle. Okay, yeah, we knew this from the live letter. This was one of the first examples they gave us for the charging system. It doesn't stun, which is nice. Maximum charge is 2. Yeah, we knew that. But the potency is still 100. So it shouldn't be a DPS loss to just use one charge on cooldown and keep another charge for actual movement. Granted, it will be a gain if you use both charges in like a burst window or something, but still, it's really nice to have one in your pocket anytime you actually need to use a shoulder tackle to move around. So this charge system, it's pretty awesome. I really like it. Fist of Fire, still the same. Okay. Oh, actually, no, it's not. It's not the same. Actually, hold up. Fist of Fire right now is 6%. So it got brought back down to 5%. So it got nerfed again, technically. It's only a 1% difference, but yeah, it's still a nerf. So it's gone back to 5% from 6%. Alright, Grease Lightning 3, no 2, whatever, that's the same. Mantra Unchanged. I'm a bit upset about that because honestly, they could have made Mantra so much better. The easiest way to buff Mantra would have been to increase the radius. It's pretty damn small, to be honest with you. Not to mention, it only works with GCD healing. It doesn't work with instacast healing, which is like literally the only type of healing most healers use. So, it's okay, I suppose, but still would have been nice to have some changes for it. Hey guys, I caught something after recording my video for the first time. Mantra is actually going to be better than I thought. I read through the tooltips for what it is in Stormblood in comparison to Shadowbringers, and in Stormblood it says increases HP recovery via healing magic by 20% for self and party members. But in Shadowbringers it says increases HP recovery via healing actions. So they've changed the word from magic to actions. Maybe I'm looking too much into this, but what this tells me is that it's gone from an action that just increases GCD healing, like it is in Stormblood, to literally any action in the game that can heal. So if that's the case, that's a massive buff, because this means that it can work on stuff like Indom, it can work on stuff like size, it can work on stuff like essential dignity, like ability-based healing actions, right? So if Mantra works on all of those things, then yeah, Mantra is actually going to be pretty sick. But anyway, let's continue the video. Okay, this is brand new. So this is the spinning kick we saw in the trailer. 4-point Fury delivers an attack with a potency of 120. Okay, 120, so it had the same potency as One Elm Punch, which I assume is a deleted. Extends Twin Snake's duration by 10 seconds. Oh, that's awesome. That is so awesome. So you actually don't even need to refresh Twin Snakes by using the Twin Snakes weapon skill during AoE. What you would do is just put up Twin Snakes normally, and then you just alternate between Armor the Destroyer, 4-point Fury, and Rockbreaker, and you will still keep Twin Snakes indefinitely. What I thought would happen was you would alternate between those 3 AoE attacks, and then you would have to use Twin Snakes when it's about to fall off, instead of 4-point Fury, right? But nope, it actually refreshes Twin Snakes, so that's pretty badass. I really like that. Oh, perfect balance got nerfed. I saw this coming, to be honest. I saw this coming. It's still 2 minutes, which is way better than the 3 minutes we had for like 4.5 years. But right now it's 60 seconds, right? But now it's 2 minutes. So that's fine. That's fine. Like, we're gonna get way more grease lightning maintenance and gaining tools and stuff anyway, it seems. But yeah, let's carry on. Dragon Kick. Whew, potency 170 up from 100. Okay. 190 potency? So yeah, whatever. Potencies are really high, but I mean, we kind of need context when we actually play Shadowbringers. So I don't know whether these potencies are actually really high or they are actually quite average in the context of the expansion. But it grants Leaden Fist. Obviously, we know that blunt, piercing, and slashing is getting deleted from the game. I thought Dragon Kick would actually grant you another 10% buff, right? Because that's what blunt was technically. But it grants Leaden Fist, which makes your next boot shine hit way harder, 100 potency harder. Whether that's good enough to compensate for the loss of blunt, I don't know, but that's cool. It grants you Leaden Fist, so that's how you get Leaden Fist. Form Shift unchanged. I mean, Form Shift was one of the best skills Monk ever had anyway, so it didn't really need to be touched. Meditation, still the same. That's cool. Elixir Field got nerfed. Okay, it got nerfed 200. I mean, it's not a big deal anymore because we have 4-point Fury now, right? So that's cool. Tornado Kick, still the same. Still the same. 330 potency. Okay. Deep Meditation, 50% chance. Okay, that's still the same. Riddle of Earth. Grants Earth's reply if damage is taken while active. Okay. It doesn't grant Fist of Earth though, so you can use Riddle of Earth in any stance now, which is nice. That's really good. Aside from that, it's still the same Fist of Earth. That's fine. Okay. So Tackle Mastery now just gives you the second charge. So Tackle Mastery doesn't all those elemental tackles that everybody hated, it's all gone now. I mean, Riddle of Wind and Fire Tackle, they were useless, but does anybody remember Earth Tackle? No. Okay. So that's fine. Riddle of Fire. It's unchanged. Okay. There was a leak that said Riddle of Fire will grant you 50% damage, but it would take away your stacks once it falls off. Clearly, that was fake. I mean, I have no idea who would believe that you get a 50% damage buff every 90 seconds, but yeah. But it doesn't grant Fist of Fire, so you can use Riddle of Fire in any form or any stance, so that's cool. Riddle of Fire is still the same. Okay, I don't know whether people are going to be happy or angry about that, but I guess it depends on you. Brotherhood unchanged. Yeah, I'm not too happy about that, to be honest. Physical damage dealt by 5% is not a lot. It really isn't. It's only for physical attackers, which is kinda bad. But I mean, Brotherhood, it's a good skill. That's the only problem I have with it, is that it doesn't affect everybody in the party for just flat 5%. But yeah. Okay, now we get to the new stuff. Improves Fist of Fire's damage to 10%. Okay. That's really nice. 10% extra damage from Fist of Fire. Sheesh. Wait, no, that changes a lot actually. I will talk about that more later once this is done. Enlightenment. Okay, so this is the Hadouken move we saw in the trailer. Range 10 yalms, radius 10 yalms, 220 potency. So this is actually the same potency as Elixir Field currently is. But it uses Chakra, which is amazing. Because do you know how much Chakra you get during AoE situations? A lot. A lot. And another cool thing about this, the recast time is 1 second, which means you don't have the situation that you do now where you have Forbidden Chakra, you have full 5 stacks of Chakra, but you've already used Forbidden Chakra and it has a 5-second cooldown and you have to hold those Chakra stacks until it comes back up again. This one, you can basically just spam it, which is pretty amazing. That's a lot. That's a lot of damage. Deep Meditation 2 grants a 70% chance. Alright, so it goes up from 50 to 70. I kind of find this redundant. Why didn't they just buff Deep Meditation to 70% instead of giving us a new trait? But you do get it on the same level as Enlightenment, right? So it's technically a free trait. It's not really taking space. So I can't really complain about that. It's 70% chance per crit. That's a lot. That's really high. Alright, Riddle of Wind gives you Grease Lightning 4. Okay. Anatman halts the expiration of Grease Lightning in your present form and increases attacks of Grease Lightning. Duration 30 seconds, recast time 60 seconds. Cancels auto attack upon execution. Okay, so this ability doesn't say that moving cancels it. So I'm thinking you can probably use this ability whilst you move around, which would be pretty insane if that's the case, because right now, let's say this is the closest thing to meditate for Samurai. With Samurai, it clearly says when you move, you will cancel meditate. This doesn't. So I'm wondering if you can actually use this whilst moving around, doing mechanics or whatever, which is, it's pretty nuts to think about. Which it's pretty nuts. You would never drop your Grease Lightning stacks if that's the case, right? And it also kind of makes Riddle of Earth redundant a bit, because why would you use Riddle of Earth when you can just move around with this ability on? And not only does it halt Grease Lightning, it increases it as well. So yeah. The only way I can see Riddle of Earth actually being still useful is if Anatman cancels when you move around. This is just a typo on the tooltip, which is highly likely, because if you can move around with this ability, that's crazy. Six-Sided Star, new weapon skill. Delivers an attack with a potency of 400, extends Grease Lightning to maximum. This weapon skill does not share a recast timer with any other actions. Upon execution, the recast timer for this action will be applied to all other weapon skills and magic actions. Okay, so basically, when you use this skill, it will make or your GCDs 4.88 seconds. In the tooltip video, the GCD recast for the normal weapon skills was 2.44 seconds. So that's double. Essentially, if you use this, you're trading 2 GCDs. So you kind of want to use this when you need to peel off the boss, and you're going to lose those 2 GCDs anyway. 400 potency, it's pretty high. It's what, 70 more potency than Tornado Kick, and Tornado Kick already hits like a freaking truck, right? So what I'm personally thinking of how you could use this skill is during Riddle of Fire. Um, Normally at the end right now, you use Tornado Kick at the end of your Riddle of Fire window to do massive damage. What if at the end of your Riddle of Fire window, you go to Raptor form, right? Like Twin Snakes or True Strike, whatever. Twin Snakes ideally. You use Six-Sided Star, slow down your recast time, then you do Tornado Kick, then you use Anatman, which was the Grease Lightning channeling ability. This. And whilst your GCD is still counting up, because it's around 5 seconds. That's a long time. So whilst your GCD is still rolling for almost 5 seconds, use this after Tornado Kicking, and you get up to like maybe 1 or 2 Grease Lightning stacks. Depends on how fast you get stacks, right? Maybe I'm assuming it's 3 seconds because everything is designed around 3 seconds for ticks in this game. So you do that, get up to 2 Grease Lightning stacks, and then when your GCD comes back up, you do a Snap Punch, and there you go, Grease Lightning 3, and then you swap back to Fist of Fire afterwards. So that's pretty big damage under Riddle of Fire using Six-Sided Star and Tornado Kick. That's like doing 2 Tornado Kicks in a row, right? I don't know really how well that would work, but that's what I'm thinking. Aside from obviously just using it for downtime purposes, that could also be another way to do some massive damage. It is a weapon skill though, so you're gonna go something like Dragon Kick, Twin Snakes, Six-Sided Star, and then your Six-Sided Star with Tornado Kick, and then your Riddle of Fire falls off. You use an Anatman, get maybe 1 to 2 Grease Lightning stacks, Snap Punch. Then you get to maybe Grease Lightning 2 or Grease Lightning 3, depends on how fast this ability gives you stacks. And yeah, you go about your way. And that's it. Right, let's see the others. Forbidden Chakra. Oh, it's 320 potency again! Oh, okay. That's huge. Because in Heavensward, Forbidden Chakra was actually 320 potency. But back in Heavensward, we didn't have deep meditation. So you couldn't gain Chakra whilst in battle. The only way to get Chakra was to peel off the boss and charge it manually with meditation. I can't believe they buffed it to 320 again. The whole reason why they nerfed it in Stormblood to 250 was because of Brotherhood and Deep Meditation. But now we still have those, and they brought the potency back up again. Yeah, I know potency's 5.0 blah blah blah, but it's still pretty nuts to have Heavensward level Forbidden Chakra back. And the recast time, like Enlightenment, is also 1 second. So you're gonna get into situations where you get so much Chakra, unlike with Stormblood where you have to hold the Chakra because the recast is 5 seconds. You can now spam Forbidden Chakra every time you get 5 stacks of Chakra. Every time. That's crazy. Every time you get 5 stacks of Chakra, you can spam this ability now. You don't have to hold your Chakra and wait for your Forbidden Chakra to come back off cooldown. Because now it's 1 second. So that's crazy. Oh man, that's a huge change, to be honest with you. That's pretty big. One thing I did notice though, the leaks were still true, for almost everything, not gonna lie. So yeah, kind of sucks, but at least now we know embargo's lifted. Internal release is gone, which sucks a lot because we still need to crit to generate chakra. They increased the chance, but they removed our only crit buff, which why? Why? So yeah, they increased the chance, but now our crit rate is going to be on average 30% less because we can't use internal release. It's gone. So uh, I don't know how I feel about that. That kind of sucks. I was hoping they would actually change the way you gain chakra, kind of like the way it works in PvP, I think, where every time you refresh Grease Lightning, you get one chakra, which would have been amazing. But it is what it is. Howling Fist is also gone, but I mean, it's getting replaced by Enlightenment, which is a way better Howling Fist when you think about it. Because you're going to get Chakra up the ass all the time doing AoE, and you can literally spam it because of the recast time changes. So imagine shooting off like 5 elixir fields in a row doing AoE. It's crazy. Like Monk's AoE is going to be ridiculous, ridiculously ridiculous. Like you think it's good now, you ain't seen nothing yet. Like Shadowbringers AoE, mad. Another big thing, Fist of Fire is getting buffed to 10%. So that means in Grease Lightning 3, that will give you 30% plus 10% from Fist of Fire. That should equal the same amount of damage as Grease Lightning 4. But Grease Lightning 4 is still better because, yes, the damage bonus is still the same because you have Fist of Fire 10% plus Grease Lightning 3 30%, that's 40%, right? And then Grease Lightning 4 is 40% as well because you have 4 stacks of Grease Lightning, which is 10% each. But Grease Lightning 4 will still be better because you get an extra 5% haste. So you still want to change to Fist of Wind to get Grease Lightning 4. The only time you want to stay in Fist of Fire is when your building stacks up. You stay in Fist of Fire all the way up until Raptor form in Grease Lightning 3 because you're still getting that extra damage from Fist of Fire. If you do all those GCDs in Fist of Wind, then you're going to lose that 10% damage bonus. The only time staying in Fist of Wind is actually better is when you actually get that 4th Grease Lightning stack. In all other scenarios, Fist of Fire is better. So that's cool. Now we figured out how the dynamic between the two stances works because everyone was saying, oh, Fist of Fire is now worthless because we're going to get Grease Lightning 4. So why would you ever use Fist of Fire? Well, that's your reason. All in all, yeah, Monk didn't change that much, but it's definitely looking a lot more polished than Stormblood Monk. Yeah, Riddle of Fire is still the same. Whether that sucks or whether that's a good thing depends on you. But we kind of lost a bit of GCDs. Like Steel Peak is gone, Howling Fist is gone. So all we'll have now is Elixir Field, Forbidden Chakra, or Enlightenment, depending on the situation, and Shoulder Tackle. Not much to weave in. So that kind of makes me wonder why Riddle of Fire still gives you the slowdown, but at least it's not gonna be as bad anymore, right? Because if you use Fist of Fire, not Fist of Fire, Riddle of Fire in Grease Lightning 4, you do get the 15% weapon skill slowdown, but you still have that 5%. So essentially, when you use Riddle of Fire in Grease Lightning 4, it brings you back down to Grease Lightning 1 level instead of just base level like the way it is now. So you will still go faster anyway. So that's okay. Riddle of Fire is still a really strong buff though. The 30% applies to all your GCDs. Your OGCDs just get a flat 30% buff. And your auto attacks, very important, your auto attacks are still going to benefit from that 20% buff from Grease Lightning 4. They're just going to hit 30% harder because Riddle of Fire does not slow down your auto attack speed, just the weapon skill speed. So it's a crazy amount of damage, especially with all these potency changes as well. And the Forbidden Chakra especially, that's a big one. You're going to be using a lot more of this, a lot more, especially during Brotherhood windows. So all in all, that's cool. Six-sided star is looking a bit complex, I guess. The only two scenarios I can see using this is either during downtime when you're going to lose 2 GCDs, or what I said, when you actually use six-sided star to slow down your weapon skill, tornado kick, and use Anatman to build up stacks, and then you start building back up to Grease Lightning 4. You could use Perfect Balance as well, but Perfect Balance is definitely a worse choice because you have to wait for the GCD to end before you can activate Perfect Balance and then rebuild your stacks after that. So yeah, it all depends on how fast Anatman builds stacks. And Anatman just looks like a way better Riddle of Earth to me. So I'm just wondering why you would ever use Riddle of Earth, but we just have to wait and see. All in all, Monk is looking pretty good. Monk is not really changing much though, once again, but it is getting some nice fixes here and there. And it's getting some pretty cool weapon skills too. I really like the new abilities. I like the new traits. The only thing that is really sad is that internal release is gone. So that sucks. Obviously, we are losing 2 of global cooldowns as well with Steel Peak and Howling Fist. So whether it's going to feel really empty rotation wise, we will see. It just depends on how many Forbidden Chakras you can get during your Riddle of Fire window. But yeah, it's still the same Monk, just better, to be honest. I really don't see how Stormblood Monk is better than Shadowbringers Monk. Unless, you really, really like the Tornado Kick rotation and rotating it with Riddle of Wind and all that stuff. That kind of complexity has definitely been reduced quite a lot because you're only really going to use Tornado Kick during instances where the boss is going to jump or maybe after six-sided star. But yeah, obviously we need to play the game and figure out these things once Shadowbringers comes out. But yeah, I'm putting down the Lance. I'm definitely going to go back to Monk. Pearson is dead, thank the Lord. So Monk shouldn't be in as bad of a place as it is now. I mean, it's not in a bad place, but the gap was significantly reduced now. I may do a video like this on Dragoon, but for now, I think that's it. So yeah, thanks for listening, and yeah, see you next time.